Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. I've been trying to talk about this for a while. Current state of Street Fighter 6, not necessarily about the balance, because I know the game is not really balanced at the moment, and supposedly we're getting a patch soon. The first thing, I guess it's old news by now, but as you see here, there's not gonna be any news for Street Fighter 6 during the CPT, which is pretty important in my opinion. I've seen some people mention how this might not be the best place to show information about the characters or balance, that maybe a bigger announcement for a bigger outlet, I don't know, a bigger stream. I completely disagree. I feel this is the best place to show what you're trying to do with the game. Strange compared to how it's been handled in the past with Street Fighter 5. So this is pretty important and this is significant, and I don't think this should be something that should happen again. All the casual players buy the game when the game is hot, when the game releases. After that, people that really want to play the game, that are really into the technicalities of the game, those are the ones that keep playing, and those are the ones that are really interested in news. So not showing anything is just bizarre to me. And I don't expect them to do something like a switcheroo and actually show something, because then you will play with people's expectations next year. So it's not a good idea to do that. Ed is gonna be playable for the people that go to the last chance qualifier and also see the CPT, the proper CPT. But the character doesn't release until the end of the CPT, which is, the scheduling has been weird. You can say whatever you want about the DLCs themselves, but the problem is, I feel, are not the characters themselves, are the dates. It's surprising that this guy released in July, Aki in September, and both of them are at the end of their respective months, and now at the end of February we're getting ahead. And how Capcom is allowing the characters to be released like this. So I'm guessing Akuma is gonna be released after season 2. I wish I knew. I wish they were actually saying something about that. But what about the patches? And this is a hot topic, because they mentioned they were going to release, I don't know where, I don't remember. I remember an interview with a Japanese magazine where they clarified they feel the game only needs one patch or something. We have been receiving some patches. For example, we have the infamous patch. This is pretty funny because at some point Zangief got a super level 2 that was -8 on block as opposed to double digits. We thought maybe it was intentional because we had no idea. Maybe this is something they actually planned for Zangief in the future. Well, no. 1st of September, it was removed from the game. This is an issue because you don't know what they're trying to tell us with this. Because when the patch was, when the error was discovered, the bug was discovered, there was no information in any of Capcom's socials. So you were just waiting for something to happen, and then they just took it out. The patches have been interesting. Same month, the 27th, we have a change for the input window when you are forward dashing. This was an issue back then. I'm happy that was changed, and also something very important, because there's been some discussions in relation to the input reader, how it works or how it doesn't work. Well, this was the first step to a change when they adjusted the super R commands, so the game would actually get you whatever you actually wanted. So this was a very good change for the game. The problem is, the game was released in June and the patch was in September. I mean, it was a long time for them to realize this was an issue. But not only that, they released another patch later, December, when they finally changed the wake up recovery input buffer. This was also a problem because you couldn't, at some point during the game, you couldn't recover with you couldn't wake up with, for example, super level 3. It was very, very difficult. The frames were really tight when you were trying to wake up. They finally changed that, and I'm happy they did. But again, December, if we consider a major yearly patch that changes the balancing, I guess that's fine. I mean, you can look at it some way where they're taking their time. The dry rush is hard to actually balance, so you need some time to do that. But what about bugs or things that do not work in the game currently? What about those? For example, we have this video, and I'm gonna put every single video in the description of this video. We have Idol talking about Manon and one of the issues this character has.
Yeah, I said it was hard to replicate, got on my first try.
It's not that this hasn't been fixed in the game. This doesn't make any sense because this is not a balancing patch. Something that is required in a balancing patch. This should be a fix, as the Zangief fix, as the buffer fix for the double dashes, as the QCFs. That should have been fixed. And obviously Manon is not the only character with that problem. We have our boy, Zangief. When you go for the standing medium punch target combo, you usually whiff. When you go for a light into Siberian Express, sometimes you don't get the Siberian Express, or the freaking Siberian Express does not connect. Those are fixes. Those do not affect the balance of the game. Being so specific about the things they want to change is weird. And this is something I feel needs to change for Season 2. If there's a problem for the character, where the character requires something to work, because this is just basic, these things need to work, then they need to release a patch as soon as possible, because it is amazing they're just leaving this character as is, or Zangief, or any other character that has a similar issue. These kind of patches should not take a year nor months. They should be addressed as soon as possible. What about the information to the players? That is something that also Capcom has been really, let's say, inconsistent. The key word here is inconsistent. For example, we have this. This is my region, so I'm showing Shaka here. It's gonna be in CPT next week. Here, Capcom Fighters announces that he won the tournament. A very good fight, by the way, at the end. My problem here is where's the bracket? Who he fought against? Where's the information? What's the rest of the information? This is just a name and just clarifying that he won, which is cool. But where's the rest of the information? And this has been an issue with several streams, specifically World Warrior streams. They have not been featured in any of the socials of Capcom. So this is strange, because this makes the fights, the game, the narrative, as Brian F says, very hard to follow. And this goes beyond just the socials. What about the website? Then I got to the CPT, the actual website of the CPT. There's a few things that are really funny here. There are no names, nor any more information about, again, same thing with Chaka. What tournament they won, the bracket, more information about it. Maybe some stats, nothing. The only thing you get is, if you really want to, this is pretty funny in terms of the user experience, but you want to know the name of whoever won. For example, let's check this guy. What's his name? It doesn't show here, so I have to click on a freaking image, and then you get the name. What about maybe just a pop-up menu or something that could show you some stats? Something interesting about what the tournament they won, maybe the quote they used during the tournament. There's nothing. And well, there have been some other problems, like Rashid releasing really close to Evo. This is not something you should do with a new character. You know why? Because maybe the character you release will have issues. Like this one. Remember this bug? This was patched, by the way. But I'm just showing something that happened when Rashid released. There have been some conversations about seeding. Brian F explains this very well. I'm just gonna show this small part because it made me laugh.
I want to right now apologize formally on behalf of me and Reed.
Yeah.
This is the lowest moment of our career.
Absolutely.
As talent, as casters.
100%.
This is pretty funny. Because they're talking about the group F, because this group is way too stacked. This is a really huge conversation. I don't think it's gonna be part of this video, and again, I don't think I have to, because Brian F explains this situation very well and why this should not happen in the future. Such an interesting experience following this game, because you know what, this game has not sold bad. This game is actually pretty decent. You have 2 million copies, and I feel that the way such a high-profile game has been handled has been lacking in some areas. There's something missing with Street Fighter 6 so far, and as a player, I do feel left out, if I'm being honest. It's a very strange situation. I do hope, because I don't want this game to burn. I want this to be maybe like a notice for Capcom. This needs to change for Season 2. So I don't want, again, I'm a fan of fighting games. I don't want fighting games to crash and burn. I want them to strive. If you like this content, let me know, because I haven't done something like this in a while. And remember that I stream on twitch.tv/Kirupu. Keep playing Grapplers. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have a great rest of the week. Take care. Bye bye.